Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, come on, say it with me. Collectively, we are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a Dougie thou. All right, Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come without further ado. Let's go and get into this video. So I really don't remember too much about Baddies, Africa, Nothing was memorable about this episode. I think at one point I started skipping through. To be honest, y'all know I skipped through when they, oh my god, the house. This is the biggest house we ever seen. Skip. I think it really started getting good at the end when they did Baddies, the little Baddies game. But now I really don't remember anything to give y'all a true summary. Not like that. Okay, so they started off talking to Russia Cream, Summer, and Dolly. Girl, don't nobody like Russia Cream but Legs. You know, she trying to, her and Tavi, in my opinion, are trying to click up with the crowds. And you know, it's just not working out in neither one of their favors. And currently, who's being highlighted right now, and it really not working in her favor, is Russian Cream. She will not be back. Obviously, we already know that she will not be back, truly, at all. Dolly sitting up here saying, if anybody run up on me, I'm fighting. Girl, please. PC'd up at its finest. The fragilest I've ever seen on TV. Girl, please. You ain't doing nothing. Where's my security? Like, please, be for real. But Russian, you should have already peeped game a long time ago. Every time you say something, Dolly got something to say. Some are just now really been on your neck like that, but you already know they don't like you like that. And you do not get mixed vibes. You know they do not fool with you, and they only tolerate you because you cool with Legs. Choco around here got pink eyes. She definitely need that again from Diamond. Now, what I did peep this episode was Dolly's Sprinter. They just kept talking about the same thing over and over and over again. I got to skipping through that shit because I'm like, girl, we gonna talk about the same thing over and over and over again. It's getting repetitive, it's getting redundant, and I don't care. With Ivory and Sprinter, they was, able to talk about little topics here and there. And it wasn't just the same thing over and over and over. They kind of, would come back to it here and there. But I was just like, oh my God, like, okay, it's over. Y'all talked about it enough. Shut up. We move on to Diamond Bus, and Diamond ends up saying, it's crazy that everybody getting a chain except Dolly. And basically, they just acknowledging how Natalie keeps swerving her. And Roelly jumps in saying, well, Natalie really doesn't like everything that she's doing. So that's probably why. And if she want to give it to her, she'll give it to her. And she just explains that, the watch, the pendants, everything, that stuff is not cheap. And, you keep making it, like, you keep messing with our money. You don't need to mess with the money, honey. That stuff costs money, and you ain't got no money to replace it to be messing with it, which I do feel like is true. But also, too, I feel like Natalie doing it because she know Dolly ain't finna say nothing to her out the way. Dolly ain't finna be like, where my chain at, like, Nat? Like, okay, Nat, do I need to fight you? She know Dolly not gonna say that. So I feel like that's the only why she really playing in her face. I believe what Lex is saying is true, and I agree with her. Choco definitely needs a better alliance, but that's what I'm saying. When it comes to Choco, Elsie, Tavi, and Russian, they just trying to fit with anybody who will take them at this point. They all are a one-man show. And that sucks. Cause everybody else is clicked up and everybody else do have somebody to have their back. And I agree, like, respectfully, who is LCK? LCK barely is getting to feel by her damn self, let alone you feeling like she gonna have your back. Please. And I agree with that as well. Lex do be picking and choosing what arguments that she want to get into. But I think too, to an extent, she has built relationships with different women. So, she jumped in stuff that she feels though is worth her time. So Pretty P is letting it be known that she gonna make her exit in the morning and go with her family. And I'm like, how many days has she stayed? when is the funeral at this point? Cause I mean, did she help plan anything? She just going for the funeral, then finna come back? Like, what's going on? But she ends up saying goodbye, and I'm like, okay, bye. Then Ivory ends up calling out Dolly, telling Dolly, like, don't sneak me now, don't sneak me. And Dolly ends up, letting it be known that I didn't sneak you. You're weird. You're a weirdo because you're trying to train a girl on how to fight me. And I agree with Dolly. Ivory was weird for that. Baby, I'm so happy Roelly not coming back. Who is doing her makeup? Who is doing her wigs? For her to be the OG of the OGs, she looks a mess in her confessional. Who in the hell said, we're gonna wet the hair, we're gonna put these thick ass eyebrows on you. This overly bright ass blush. Then we're gonna put a fur on you. Ooh, you're gonna eat. And then got Goldie on her chest. Like, girl, baby, boom, shakalaka, and shut up. Dolly over here saying on a sprinter, she gonna get them all one by one. And I agree with Ivory. The part ain't came up yet, but she gonna do one round, and all of a sudden the other hand is going to be messed up. Like, you are fragile, dazzle. Like, girl, you cannot go all these rounds with all these different people. You can't. You're too fragile, love. You cannot go all those rounds. It's your nose, your elbow, your fingers, your knuckles, your meow, your implants, your belly button piercing. Like, it's always a body part with you that has you sent out. And when the swelling go down, you know, get active. Stop saying, well, dang, Dino Doodle. Just get active when the swelling go down. We tired of all that talking. You hit it in the club, so therefore you should have got it after the club, not flying into the kitchen trying to go get a weapon. So no, just shut up and do your thing once you can do your thing fully. So Fauna ends up letting it be known that she don't wear her chain out because the girls do like snatching chains. And I do agree, she got her chain fair and square. So I definitely understand her, not wanting to wear it because low key, no shade. They kind of tired of fighting the same people. They want to be in the background and just chill and vibe. So I definitely understand them not wearing their chain. So Ivory ends up calling out Dolly in the club, saying she need that, she want that, she gotta have that. Dolly says nothing on mute. So we move on to the next day. Pretty Pete is leaving. They end up talking about Russian cream and how she ain't have her hand in the sling when they went to the club, but she supposed to be Miss Injured Reserve. Ivory ends up saying that she ran through all the girls. I ain't gonna lie. Summer, maybe a little bit of Dolly, but that Lex, it took you a while to get up there with Lex. I ain't gonna lie to you, baby. Lex was showing Ivory a new way because Ivory was never humbled before. From what we had seen, she would always win her face. So the fact that her first season Lex was tearing her like that, baby, that was not Ivory season. We was all in shock. So the girls get to Kenya, and they all on the bus talking about the same thing over and over and over again. So Elsie ends up calling out Cole, saying, she don't mind running it with me 1,001 times, but she never needed that from you again. Then didn't need that from Big Lex, not the little one no more. But also too, you did jump in the fight and you did just hit her out of nowhere. So it definitely wasn't given just want to fight the weakest link. The weakest link decided to hit her, and she decided to show you your place. So Rican ends up talking about Big Legs. It's not even that for me. It's Tavi being like, as you should. Tavi was the same one who fought these girls over somebody who she's not even friends with no more, that she even put her hands on. Like, that's crazy. And she on the bus, as you should. Shut up. We then move back to Dolly bus, and Dolly like, if anybody needs that, I'm willing to give that. You calling me out on the mic, but we was just in a section. You could have got that in the section. Girl, I'm sick of you saying what you could have, would have, should have did, and you just told her to leave you alone, stop calling you out. Like, girl, you not gonna do nothing. Just, again, like I said before, wait till that hand fully heals, then let's talk. But until then, shut up. And I'm not gonna lie, Dolly and Ivory keep talking about each other like, baby, just go sneak her and fight her again. Like, let's just make it count. Why is we continuously waiting to exhale? I don't care no more. It's not that deep. Y'all need to get that. If y'all just gonna keep talking about each other, keep calling each other out, whatever, just go and fight her while she got the cast on her hand. Boom. So the girls get to the house, they pick their room, da da da. We're gonna move on to Betty Shot O'Clock. We're gonna get to the point because this episode truly was boring. Summer tries to come up and give Natalie a hug, and Natalie like, no, the last time you tried to give me a hug, you was trying to fight Scotty. No, we're not doing that. Summer, go back over there. Girl, please. You knew that she was trying to hit Scotty when she came up and tried to give you a hug the first time. Now, I learned my lesson, Nick ass. No, you didn't. You knew what she was trying to do, and now this go around, you and Scotty really are real cool. So now you playing the role like, I don't know, Summer, we not doing that. And my thing is, Tavi telling me something. I see the ops over there. Again, like I said before, this the same one who was sitting with them not too long ago. Wanted to share a room with them when they went to the first city in Africa. So now it's the ops over there. And honestly, too, your homegirl's not on the other side. Don't nobody necessarily fool with you on the other side. Baby, they try to do a roast battle. Summer had no chance. No chance. And even the stuff was Regan was saying wasn't necessarily funny. I've seen her come up with better in her confessionals, but she was overpowering Summer. She just, was just coming. It was like, Summer, baby, just sit down. She won it. Dolly ends up saying that Cole is her least favorite, and Cole, she really just need to say it one time and clear the room. Where's your chain? Exactly. Why are you even talking? And my thing is this: Ivory continuously is calling you out, continuously needing that from you, and your least favorite is Cole. Pick her and choose her. So Roelly had to tell who her least favorite baddie was. Like, we cared. She ends up saying, it's not Russian Cream. And Russian Cream like, oh my God, I thought you was going to say me. Girl, you want to be picked by her so bad. Now you are my least favorite baddie. Yeah, she's your least favorite because she called you out and she didn't mind dog walking you. But early, you was like, Roelly was my favorite. She was my favorite. Can't make it up. So she ends up saying that she don't like Elsie. But I promise you, not too long ago when Elsie was like, I'm staying in the house, and she was standing on it and she fought, Russian Cream, you was like, oh yeah, Elsie did that. Like, Roelly is very up and down, left, right. You never take her serious. It's giving Gemini. So Scotty and Lex get into it. Yeah, we all seen this coming, but I'm not gonna lie, it's Scotty's fault. Scotty did start adding her opinion in where it was not needed. And not only that, she know Lex did not like her like that. And that's the only time that she was, just volunteering her opinion when it came to Lex and Lex's situations. So yeah, of course she added you in, and now you are playing the victim like, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But no, you started it, and now you have made yourself a target for that girl. So yeah, that is true. And yeah, they did. Diamond was the one who brought you up. Lex didn't bring you up. Diamond brought you up at the whole last episode that y'all did. Diamond is the one who brought you up. And like you said, you really don't have nobody to have your back except the CEO, which I feel like that's the best back that could have you. If I'm just being honest, I would rather the CEO have my back versus any of them girls. He's not gonna allow anything to happen to little Scotland. He's not gonna allow anything crazy to happen to her. And Scotty gets in her confession like, you just don't like me because you don't like me. I never did anything to you. No, you was putting yourself in that girl business. You was, and you thought she wasn't gonna say nothing to you, but she don't mind. She never minded. So it was Scotty's turn, and Scotty said Dolly and Lex. And Dolly, you definitely was irritated that Scotty said your name, and you had forgot that she was a part of the eight. And Scotty like, no, you was just saying that you wanted to fight me and the other girls. So obviously, I don't like you like that because you want to fight me. And Dolly, I don't have to be. You're so invisible. You're so invisible. And I be saying the same thing. Very invisible. But one thing about her check, one thing about Scotland checks, it clears with triple digits. Okay, it clears every day. She lives her life every day knowing that she really don't need this little check. But you know what? Everybody always tells Lex that she linked up with the wrong people. And Lex is like, these are my girls, these are my girls, these are my girls. And I understand her alliance to them, but I do think that she need to get outside of herself and see what they're saying, because she can see what they're saying. But also too, we talked about this before. We discussed early on that her and Dolly jumped on Summer wave because they started using Summer, because Summer was able to get the storyline. Summer understood the marketing behind and how you stayed on the show and how you stayed relevant. So they jumped on Summer's bandwagon to stay on the show, in my opinion. So yeah, we already know like the tea behind, her being like, these are my bitches. These are her bitches for a reason. Now, the surprise was Cole and Summer fighting. I didn't see that coming, because when was they even talking to each other? When did Cole even get up? I'm like, huh? That was weird. So it seems as though the field is calling the girls' names in the next episode. I think this episode was lackluster because obviously y'all know they wanted to give us Baddies Gone Wild. That was actually pretty good, honestly. So this episode was really lackluster. It was really boring, in my opinion. And like I said before, the girls are gonna really get in the field on the next episode. We have Choco versus Diamond. I'm tired of seeing that. We have Lex versus Scotty. One thing about it, Scotty might not have them hands, but one thing she do have is them legs. Them legs will always, always get her point across. Okay, a kick will be had with Scotland. And I'm excited to see the girls rumble. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all.